introduction about myself. So yeah, I'm just the guy who passionated by idea of growth and marketing of everything I see. It's not only about the Web3, but most of my time I spend in crypto because I came here to the market in 2017. So yeah, that was the Wild West times. It's pretty same Wild West even right now, but yeah, I think 8 years ago it was ultra interesting time. So yeah, we do marketing as a strategy, marketing as a QL partner, marketing as a community partner, and many other things. I cannot say that the marketing agency way is something an ultra unique and you never heard about it. No, but we worked hard all the years and have a pretty nice track record, official partnership with most valuable centralized exchanges, with biggest projects in the space. So yeah, we just see on something that you plan to sell, and if everything structured well, we just know how. And yeah, trying to make it happen. So it's better to say like this. And we started to grow as an ecosystem. So we're not just a marketing team. We have the list of our own companies. And what I'm really proud to say, we are one of a kind crypto racing team in real life. So yeah, that's a short intro about us. Introduction.
Thanks, David. So, what's the agenda, community? What's on the agenda, guys? First of all, we will have to talk about basically the topic of the brick by brick episode, the airdrops and the reward systems. Are they still dead, or they're still rising, or what's going on with the airdrops? Yeah, let's find out today what's basically on the market right now. So, David, do you think that airdrops are still alive? I mean, it's obviously that they're probably dead, though once maybe in, I don't even remember, like 2017 or 2021, it was one of the most common, I would say, common marketing tool, basically. Yeah, everyone were farming the airdrops, they were rushing, they got the token allocation almost for nothing, or completing like a simple, I don't know, simple quest on liking or following the X account. And right now we're seeing that the projects are kind of turning the perspective and allocating more rewards for the airdrops, though they're changing the approach from from the simplicity into the something more comprehensive, like some sort of the rewards, farming points systems. Like, what do you think of everything of that?
Look, we just need to start this topic from the past, because initially, if you maybe or somebody from our listeners today remember the first, like let's start from the general. Why people, projects, founders, and companies doing these drop campaigns, giveaways, whatever? So that's just a simple marketing tool that's saying, okay, pay some attention, do some simple things, and get for free some valuable things that we have to offer. Like simple as they. Initially, in a blockchain introduction system, it was mostly connected with bounty campaigns, if you ever heard about it. So that was a big forum named Bitcoin Talk, where you can find some proposals from different projects and token sales, which are said like, okay, put our company name into your sign, put our avatar, put it in your nickname, do some posting, do this, do that, do this, and you will have a chance to get some tokens from us as our bounty participant or ambassador. So it's pretty still the same, but now it's more technically better than before. And after some time, people started to create airdrops, so the massive token giveaways for different audiences, where you need just to be a follower or just sign up or just do some simple posting about the project, and you will get a chance to get the free tokens or allocation as well. 2 years ago, we opened it for us the new way how to create communities with different platforms, like Quest platforms, which we all know the names, which were like Zili, Tascon, Galaxy, all these guys, and many others. So what's the problematic of everything? At the first time, for the first launches, we got a really nice quality audience, because if person are real and the person are really into blockchain, so it means that the person can be a part of it. So the person really can be interested and get something for free and can really interact with the project. But the problematic that some tricky people always trying to see the opportunity how to scam the system. I mean, how to create a multi accounts, farm accounts, because we all know what a big topic about the upcoming airdrops from some layer one projects. When people are really farming thousands and thousands of accounts to get some tokens, which layer one projects and big projects creating as a long-term airdrops, where you need to make at least like 50 different movements and then you will get a tokens. So the problem of everything that for the first time it's really valuable tool. After some time it becomes an absolutely bot filled communities, everyone doing airdrops, and we have a tons of garbage that no one can sell, and the quality of these rounds become extremely low. And that's why we can say that airdrop topic is died, yes, but absolutely I'm sure that maybe 1 year, maybe half a year, maybe 2 years, and we will create something new Zili, new token airdrop, new quests, new way how to acquire people, and it will work again sometime, and then it become useless as it is right now. That's it.
You mentioned Bitcoin, bitcointalk.com. I remember I was like the last time I've heard about them, it was probably like 3 or 4 years ago, to be honest. Are they still alive? Like, do people still use it, like the project?
You know what? It was a time when Bitcoin Talk was starring. What it means.
Yeah.
So the platform created, as far as I remember, in 2012 or 2013. It was only geeks inside till 2017. So since 2017 till 2020 or 2019, it was extremely popular. And now it's only geeks again. So it was a season. It was a time, and I still remember it. I'm not sure, but I think I still have a legendary account here. Maybe if we will try to find it, yeah, it's still possible. I hope so. And this account was bought by me, maybe for 2 Bitcoins, and that cost me nothing, like maybe around $1,000 or something like that. Yeah, but if I will try to find it, I think it's still available.
It's like another additional geek points to, I would say, to attract a new audience. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's still garbage. Like nothing to create, nothing to do with that if you're not the tech geek.
Probably, yeah. Like I remember, just like some from my observations from the Bitcoin talk. I remember they were having these silly airdrops and different campaigns. They were promoting it. Like, even had some. I remember some managers, like who is always contacting you in the DM and asking, "Do you need the promotion?" So it was like 3 or 4 years ago. It was just floating within the DMs with these propositions. Right now, I believe it's like, I agree that it's not rising yet, though. Probably within the future, we'll see some activity. Probably like communities are back into the forums now.
Not really. Like I cannot say that it's a huge, big masses coming to some forums. Like the main problem of crypto was always the problem of growth. So we need to always see the new blood in the market, new people in the market, and it's still small market, a very small one. Yeah, very active. I think the most active market in the world, but in total, it's not too many people still in crypto, like in comparison with any other big market on a space. So, and if we will look closer to the situation, we will just see that it's a very good way how to create a customer funnel, but a very bad way how to manage it in further. Because I really was impressed by, and it's not advertisement, by AlphaMind way how to engage users for a long time with some token giving away activities that you have on a platform. So it's not just a simple airdrop; it's something like the long term committed with quests and other different activities. How to really keep users heated about some project. And it's really perfect tool for massive crypto, but the problem of control, that's it. So these multi accounts, these bot farms, they really can decrease the value of these things. And
Mhm.
yeah, the only one way how it can be done, KYC. But who ready to give KYC for token airdrop? No one. So that's
No
that's
one.
the that's the problem, yeah, that we're still facing. And yeah, I think the situation now, it's not when people coming back to forums. It means that new people are coming to the blockchain actively. So who I think will make a lot of money right now? The educational
Cool.
companies, the educational firms,
Mhm.
uh, which can propose something for the world, the huge audience. Because what was the last an extra big community call? I mean, what was the reason of the last growth of crypto audience? The meme coins. So people started to buy insane amount of these meme coins through Solana, through some launch pads, meme pads, whatever. We have this Trump token, other tokens, which brought a tons of new faces into the crypto space, which completely have no idea what to do. And yeah, if some educational companies and ad tech in crypto will start to propose something, yeah, that will be the way how people will really start to feel them more comfortable in the crypto space.
Yeah, true. Like from my perspective, I believe that right now we are missing in crypto is the mass adoption that is correlated with education. Like still a lot of people who are not into crypto, they still sometimes believe that crypto is a, is a scam. Like whole crypto is a scam. And I can understand from some point why it's working like that, though I cannot. It's like, teaching your own mother or your own grandmother how to use crypto. It's hard, yeah.
Yeah. It's obviously like this. So just to prove that, really, that's a very good example. Try to take some of your uh, friends or family who are older than you or even younger than you,
Hmm.
and try to tell them how to buy Solana meme coins.
Or
The
like
problem
set
that
up an account, yeah.
they will understand how to do that if you will show everything correct, like nothing hard to deal with. But they will understand everything like you are? No. So this knowledge, this basic knowledge about crypto, people really don't have it. So they don't know what's the different chains, different tokens, how to pay gas, what's the difference between hot exchange wallets, cold wallets, taxes, dexes. And this basic knowledge is really needed. And
Hmm.
when we will have these people aware about how to use crypto as a basic level, on a basic level, after that, I think we will see the new rise of these airdrops and some, free activations. Because for now, I think we're mostly trying to get some tier 3 countries more feeded with useless tokens, because they're insane active. I cannot say it's bad, but it's the difference in marketing between who's making this airdrop and who's participating this airdrop. Because when you're doing some airdrop campaigns, you wanted to collect a huge audience which will always support your project because they love it and they had a first touch with your product to getting some free gifts from your company. But in the real, you're getting a tons of people which made it as their own business. Yeah, they're doing this because usually they don't have other way how to farm some money, but they're not following because they love. They're not taking activities and quests because they wanted to get engaged and get no more knowledge about your product. And the problem that this correlation is not a small part. It's 99% of the current quest participants, and that's making this tool more useless than before.
Hmm. And while we're touching this, I would say the biggest problems with airdrops right now, like I agree with you totally regarding the bots. like getting back a bit to these bots and multi accounts. I believe this madness even was with the tap to earn games within the Telegram and mini apps. Like we've seen thousands of users, thousands of, as they call it, the fresh blood. Though I believe like 50% of that were the farming accounts who had like multiple accounts, and they were just basically farming the tokens from the tap to earn games, right? And even like the great example, the hamster combat that we had on the cis market, like one of the most known tap to earn game, right? And I remember like within the TikTok and YouTube, they were showing how they're farming basically the points, the coins, and upgrading. So like at least one in the 10 users, maybe even more, like one in the 5 users, they had like more than 10 accounts just farming the just farming the coins for the airdrops. Yeah.
You know the story that after Notcoin and after Hamster Combat, exchanges not list anymore any big Telegram mini apps. You want to know the reason?
Yeah, I would love to.
They're insane skeptical about it. I cannot say that it happened with everyone, but when you plan to, no, I cannot be sure that it's 100% like proven information, so don't take it as any like advice or don't use it against me after, please. Look, when you're going to be listed on very good and reputable centralized exchange, what exchange looking for? What's the main target from exchange to have from you? How do you think? So
Guys, drop your your thoughts in the comments. From my perspective, I believe the buying capacity, probably like the amount of the transactions that is getting to the exchange.
Correct. So they want to see that you guys can bring an audience, fresh audience, never used audience, and definitely this audience will bring some demand, some buying pressure, some liquidity behind them because they're interested to trade this altcoin on the centralized exchange, and they will become users of this centralized exchange. Okay, so based on these things, we have a lot of opportunities how to bring this value to the trading platform. And these Telegram mini apps had an insane viral from the new audience that was never used crypto before. And when they come for listing, usually these KPIs which exchange giving to projects was smashed. Like in the average day, you need to bring like 3,000 to 5,000 new users which never used crypto before. They need to become register on the exchange, and we cannot test it, right? So it's forecast from the analytics, like the project really can bring some new audience or not. So they're really trying to test it in advance before give you any decision. Like, but what happened with the Telegram mini apps? They brought millions. So it's not 5,000 users. They brought literally millions of people as a new users, which are never been listed on centralized exchange. And usually exchange paying for some affiliates and partners which can bring the users, and this is kid, and only in this case exchanges was in a situation when they had some financial losses on that. I suppose, I cannot be sure, but I heard some rumors, because when you have a user, you need to have some spend for him, right? You need at least pay for his KYC. When you're checking this KYC, you need to pay for some other things. And imagine if you have millions of new real users, which will never trade a lot on the exchange because their deposits is like funny, like less than $10 or maybe $10 maximum. And you need to pay for each KYC you have. Like it's millions of people. Really, you wanted to have them, so you got them now. But the quality of them was really not what expected. And that was only case in the world, I think, when all these people really they made everything in accordance with a plan and with the targets which exchanges gave to them, but the quality of everything was completely different from what expected. And yeah, that again was a very good tool. This airdrop Telegram mini apps was a very good tool how to bring a lot more people to crypto, but that was the case where quantity was absolutely bad in comparison with the quality.
I agree with you, though. Like from my also observation, we had tons of mini apps in Telegram, right? Like it was, oh gosh, I don't even remember how many. We even had one from the Binance, if I'm not mistaken. Like we had Bloom, we had MemeFi. What else? Like Hamster Combat, all of this, like Katizen, all of this, a lot of them. Like it's tons of millions of them. And I remember a couple of the mini apps, they were kind of positioning themselves not as the like tap to earn mini app, right? Though they were positioning themselves more in the perspective of the D app, like Telegram D app, where you can, like Vana, for example. Have you heard of them?
Actually not, because it's same on my side. The tons of mini apps comes through us every week or month. So yeah, no, I'm personally never heard about them.
I believe it's more of the way of the approach to the audience. Like, you know, when you're creating the value within the D app, like it's just my observation, my personal humble opinion, I would say, yeah. It depending on the approach, what exactly you want to do with your audience. So if in the example of the, I don't know, MemeFi or Hamster Combat, the same. Like it was just tapping to grow the user base, basically. As for me, I might be wrong, though. As for me, they were just tapping the audience and probably selling the ads, yeah, and selling the partnership within the tap to earn, the like tap in mini app they had. And with Vana, what I've seen that they were kind of doing another approach. They had another approach, basically. They were collecting if I'm not mistaken, their AI driven project correlated with the with AI data. I don't honestly remember all of the details about their company, though the approach they had, they were collecting the data, and people who they were kind of selling the data to the DAOs and shared the revenue with the community within the Telegram D app. It's kind of their model, if I'm not mistaken. And I believe this approach, and of course they were farming, like the community were farming the points and so on, though they were sure that they're getting the revenue and they're getting the rewards based on the approach and the experience where they're sharing together with the project. Again, it's not the it's not the advertising of the project. I'm just sharing the observations, like what I've seen from different tap to earns. Yeah, and I think it's regarding the quality. Like again, my opinion, the quality depends on the what exactly project want to do with the tool they're having. Yeah, what do you think? Like, what's your thoughts on that?
From my point of view, the current communities must be built from the influence networks. We are living now in a season of QL marketing anyway, and like it was before, but we need to understand that currently the cost of follower in crypto extremely high. Like it should be we need to understand how community is split between the space. So many people are following, and that's the first rule that we need to understand. So they're not just swimming around the crypto space and just surfing to the blockchain projects websites. No, it's never happened. What people do, they are somewhere in spots which are big or small. There are a lot of spots of the communities we can find through some relevant influencers. It also some websites, launchpads, exchanges, VC funds. So more dots you are presenting yourself, more chance that you can create a community around. Because without these activities and without this presence, almost impossible to bring community around. And that's why we're using shilling tools, quest platforms, other activities. And what really is strange for me, but I just like accepting the rules of the game. When we see some projects which we work it with as well, they have 100,000s of followers and really maybe 1,000-2,000 the customers. I mean, the customers of their product, and that makes me crazy still. I don't understand why this FOMO greed is FOMO greedy feeling is so strong. So people not even like checking what they investing for, and they don't want to try to use it. And the main problem of this that it's not because crypto is bad, is because it's our psychology, it's our own marketing. So why are we all here in the crypto space? To open something new for us or to make money when we're operating not as agency or as launchpad? So you personally, why you investing or why you checking the new tokens and NFTs and opportunities?
It's hard question. It depends. Like as for me, yeah. As for me, as a retail investor, I would say it's a bit hard question because from one perspective, I want, of course, to make money, and at the same time, I want to support the project I really believe in. Like I have a, I would say, app-driven approach. Yeah, so like I need to see the product, and if it really gives the value, then I believe I will invest as the retail investor,
What
right?
will be the correlation between support and money making if we have 100% of motivation to buy something?
Tricky one, tricky one.
No, it's absolutely nothing personal. It's because your answer will be the absolutely same as mine.
I believe
And
so.
if it will be 90% to 10%, it's true. Because if we supporting something, it's one thing. I'm a big fan of racing, but it doesn't mean that I'm buying everything I see regarding this. I do this to joy, like same as games. I play games to joy. I'm not play to earn. But when it comes in parallel and it mixed with some financial movements and some investments which need to be done, that really becomes it opened a different psychology inside of us. So, and I'm just a bit wondered why we trying to skip a lot of the details about the projects we are operating with and interacting with. So we just buying and we're just selling it. The same model we can see on the classic stock markets, because if you're buying stocks of some companies, it absolutely doesn't matter that you should be the customer of this. But crypto had a lot of hidden gems, which are really you need to be not just a token holder, and that's the problem that we can't like change the world like a small marketing agency, but that's something what we're looking for all the time, to change the psychology of the crypto space.
And we as AlphaMind are on the same page with you because our main mission is also to create the smart, engaged audience who are doing the due diligence and understand the importance of education and DOR within the investment of the like within the projects, right? Although who are not just the slaves of the refund policies. It's like one of the biggest points within the refund policies we're having on the space, like, and we're trying to educate the community and to make sure that people understand why exactly they're investing and why they're supporting the projects and what type of the projects they're supporting. Because on the market there are tons of different projects, like, and some of them are good, some of them are bad, some of them are scam. And to find them, it's really hard because people, community, like, I'm not talking about our community, I'm talking in general, yeah, because I believe our community is doing their own research. That's why we love our community. But most of the people, they're not doing the due diligence. They're not doing any sort of the research even. They're listening to the QOLs, and then they're supporting the project, getting like dumping the token price on the TGE, and then sitting and saying, yeah, the project is bad. Though they don't understand that the moment, the hour or a day after the TGE, it doesn't mean that the project is dead, but they're killing it basically. Like the DG is just the beginning of the project, basically, right?
Correct, and that's also the problem for the project founders. Most of them don't try to understand that the people which they collecting as a followers at the token sale are absolutely has nothing same from the people which will use their product in the future. So it's two different audiences. The token marketing and the product marketing, it's completely two different fields which never need to be crossed. And within that situation, we really see that in some of the percentage of the introductory calls that we have between us and a project, we speaking about project features maybe 5% from our time. The rest we're speaking about how to sell, which platforms to be listed, how to build the perfect token. We can completely forget about the project features if we need. Like we absolutely not focus it on that. And this this mindset need to be changed anyway. And I think if some platforms and exchanges and projects and founders will pay more attention not only on the token management, that will be very nice. And from my point of view, I know that it never happened because at least we don't want to we don't want to die from the situation when nobody paying us for marketing anymore. But my personal idea and my personal, I don't want to say credo, but the personal sense that I can say, look, if you don't have enough audience around your project, you don't need any tokens to be launched. Nothing, completely nothing. First, you can have 100,000 project customers. Then you can launch the token around them. Because before that, it's the big story of how to, don't want to say scam, but how to fail the project in any bright future. If you remember our introductory calls between AlphaMind and Sal'Ad, I shown you so many graphics. When we lost people just because, when we lost prices just because, when we lost traction just because, but it's not because or just because. It happened because you collected token holders which bought something useless to sell something useless more expensive, and then they coming again to the circle. They not they don't want to follow you anymore. But your own basement that can create real liquidity in demand and supply and never exist. You never have these people before, but you started from the way how to sell something what people don't need, and they came only with one idea. They wanted to make some money on you. They don't want your project. They don't want your technology. They just wanted to have your token and your token price.
Like I agree with you here because as I mentioned, from my perspective as the retail investor, I look at the project like at the product. Yeah, I have the app driven approach, and I would support the project if I see the value of the app or like I don't know, like any product itself, right? If it solves my problem, I will definitely use it and support it. And even for like the last episode with the Brick by Bricks, we had Ioannis, our VC analyst, and we were talking about the VC and retail investors. And basically, I remember the last time he mentioned that even the approach of the VCs right now is different. Like in, I don't know, maybe like 10 years ago, it was easier to raise money like from the VCs and funds, even for having the great idea, yeah, and the some supporters. And right now you cannot. It's hard. I'm not saying you cannot. You can still, I believe, though it's extremely hard to raise any funds from the VCs without having the community, having the go-to-market strategy, great economics, supporters, and if I'm not mistaken, he also mentioned like the experience of the team and the product. Basically at least the MVP of the product with some traction, because VC, they need to understand if it's good project to invest or not. Because like if they don't see the result, they cannot believe only the promises. We are not living, unfortunately, in the world of promises right now. So yeah.
Absolutely. And before it happened, I just wanted to ask one more question to finish the topic. As to you as a retail investor, the question may be a bit uncomfortable. Are we ready for that?
Yeah, I am.
as a retail investor, tell me any token which you really using utilities.
I believe only one project. I use the utilities of that is RWA project related to the real estate.
Okay, so you're just getting some income from holding the tokens?
Not exactly. They're having the model that is correlated within the gamification on their platform. So basically, you're having different revenue streams, not only for holding the tokens, though also from yielding it, and also using it within the ecosystem. They're having some sort of the gamification with the NFTs, and you can basically create your own city with the NFTs and upgrade it using the tokens of the project. So some sort of the gamification, and the more your city, like the bigger your city, the more you're yielding on the staking basically and utilizing. Like it's cool project, to be honest. They're pretty well known, though not the like huge one. I don't want.
We don't need names. It's okay. Yeah, you just explained it perfectly. So, and you know what's interesting? Like that's a pure marketing, guys. That's what I wanted to show. Like that was why I asked this. I asked you about the tokens which you use it really utilities, and you not just answered, yeah, I have one and their utility in one sentence. You started to explain me and present the project. That's how it should work. That's how it should work in the space. Like I just telling you, I wanted to share the utilities which I really using right now, and that's the perfect moment to explaining like when marketing works in the right way. But the problem that you name it one token. I have no idea projects you saw for the last years, but you name it one. And this problem is not in you. The problem is in market because we all in the same page. We're all not using the utilities, and that's the reason why meme coins are still exist in a space because they're not promising. That's it. Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, about that, we also raised this one and talked about that. Like, utility of the token is extremely important, and it's not just the staking. Yeah, it's not like you just bought the tokens or you got the airdrop of the tokens and you're staking it and you're doing nothing. No, from my perspective, it's stupid. I mean, okay, I stake it, then what?
Yeah, it's not the utility. It's just a blockchain feature. It's not the token utility.
Or like the government, right?
Is the internal economy and it's like, okay, cool. Just don't want to break the agenda. Like, yep.
We a bit sucked. We a bit lost the topic, though. I think it's insightful, to be honest. Like, I loved when we're switching a bit the topic. But yeah, getting back to the airdrops, our favorite topic. So you mentioned like getting a couple of steps back. You mentioned also like the bots and all this idea, and you mentioned that the way how can we fight that is the KYC. But we all know that the community won't be passing KYC for airdrops. I remember some of the QLs were promoting the airdrops with the KYCs, and the conversion of those campaigns was like 1%, I believe, in comparison to others, even probably less.
Yeah, and you can't imagine how many people are faking their stats on that, and it's not only because like KYC or not KYC. Like, look, how we really started to test the communities. Maybe it's a bit weird way. We started to tell for some different companies like we can put your logo on our racing car. Just make a post about it. We'll make some giveaway. We will give out some merch, and when we see 100,000 followers looking at this post and we have less than 0.01% conversion, we're about to say, wow. So, and that's the problem. Like, that's a not really big audiences around. Like, you wanted to hear the real numbers that we see from every launch on the exchanges. if it's not something really hypeful, like in average when we have like average launchpad, average exchange, something tier 2 as it's like, to say in a current.
Yeah, but again, it's not the financial advice. Advice.
Yeah.
Guys, we're just sharing the alpha we're having, like just for the educational purposes. Yeah, go ahead. I would love to know that.
Thanks God that we don't see amount of real traders on the centralized exchanges when we're opening some altcoin pairs, because it's not even hundreds people after a week or two from the listing. So at the listing date, somewhere in tier 2, we have maybe 200-300 real people doing some trades because this is the first candle and we're on hype. And it's pretty true. It's not thousands of people which you see in Twitter or Telegram or communities around. If we see something, okay, let's just be more straight on that. The fake picture created by all of us in a space, exchanges, launchpads, market makers, marketing companies, QLs, we all like living in a mentality like fake it till you make it, like show it in the best shape like before it happened. But in reality, when we analyze what is going on, it's really no hype around the space. So yeah, some extremely big meme coins bring 100,000 of traders, but okay, let's open the super big exchange, I don't know, Binance or Bybit, and scroll down for some token. Okay, just to prove my words, do you have any idea how many tokens are listed on Binance right now?
I don't know, maybe 200. No, I know it's a bit less. I think I have no idea. I just guessed.
Yeah, it's 481 pair, definitely including some Bitcoin pairs and others. But yeah, in total, it's less than 500 pairs. So if we will cut Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, XRP, so most the pairs which we all know, and we will just think about the altcoins. Can you ever name a 30 or 20 of them? I don't think so.
Nah.
And same with me, I cannot do that. And if we will look deeper and we will find a token, name it, for example, BitTensor. Have you ever heard about them? No. I think, yeah, because I'm telling from you like a market, like I'm speaking from the market perspective. So they listed on so many exchanges. They are really popular, and their market cap is about they are super big. But do you know how many people are really trading them during the day? I'm sure less than 100. And that's the reality. So that's what when we're speaking from the VC behalf, community behalf, we need to understand that from the community perspective, market is diet. Like it's not growing. People are following between QL to QL, between hype to hype, and it making a rule. And the rule sounds very simple. I don't want to think. I want to make money and only make money. And I wanted to repeat any actions that my rich neighbor did. So I just wanted to copy my rich neighbor, and that's all. I don't want to think anymore. And that making us in a stuck right now. That's why all the community analysis which made by VCs, exchanges, other platforms are usually nothing, because the real community analysis can show only the buying pressure and level of FOMO before token came for the secondary market. That's what I want to say.
Thanks, David. You nailed it. And by the way, like talking about the community, do you think that like we talked about the airdrops, and right now we're having more like the reward point farming systems. Do you think that they will save the day? Like, I don't know, the LXPL campaign or LXP campaign Linnea had, or any other huge point farming, like Sonic ecosystem is right now having the point farming system. Do you think that it will save the day in the perspective of the community building and the preparation for the TGE, like and token airdrops?
I want to
Yeah, look, hard to say exactly because I met a lot of these point farming campaigns and point campaigns. I'm not really expert in because I tested few by myself. So hard. Like no, your level of engagement needs to be. You know what we have. What we don't have in crypto. We don't have the golden mile. I mean, in the middle, we need to be ultra, super, extremely engaged, or we no need to be engaged at all. So we need to find something in the middle, because all these point campaigns were so hard. Like you need to predict, is it really worth it, is it will give me any points, you're looking for some expert materials, so you just trying to explore and investigate anyway how to get some tokens, trying to get some explanations from the team, looking for some science like, oh, this layer one project has some airdrop allocation, so yeah, our movements will be paid in the end. So hard. But what it unite people for, they're ready to spend a lot of time just to make some money. I think 99.9% of them absolutely doesn't care. Is it linear? Is it what it was big as well? Zero layer? Is it what it about? What it used for? Is it really needed or not? No, their marketing is about making money again, like nothing else. And that's why, yeah, it was successful. I think it's still successful because this audience of farmers is pretty big. And when they done with some positive ROI from their movements, what they looking for something new, what they can farm. So I think this model will live just because it's very hard model. Same as in different niche type of business. If you, for example, I have the real case of very interest marketing that I still looking how to help these guys. So what the guys do, they renovate the very expensive yachts. So they just renovate it, like interiors and exteriors of the very expensive yachts. Absolutely niche type of business. The super small, the laser focused type of business. So, and it's so hard, and they are very well known because this is only one or two companies in the globe which are doing this. Same as Pokemon card authority companies which are giving some rankings on your collectible cards. It's crazy. It's very niche type of business. So these point campaigns, something similar. It's not the same, but it's similar because to be a part of it, yeah, you need to be a really experienced blockchain user. And if you're done with any campaign, you wanted to repeat it again because you know that this is your hard skill right now. And I think this model is still popular, and I've never did that by my hands, but I saw many cases. I tried to explore that, and I think this is the potentially what can live, but it's not the huge retail acquisition channel. It's a very niche.
And what do you think is going to be the next, I would say, acquisition channel for the projects and for the community to join and get the airdrops of the tokens?
Look, I'm really waiting for the moment, and I think we are closer to this moment than never before, when somebody extremely insane big will allow to use crypto. What I'm trying to say, are you ever heard about Steam?
Steam, could you please elaborate? Like, I know Steam as the gaming platform.
Yeah. It is.
Exactly. Then we're on the same page. Yeah, I know about that.
So why Steam has no crypto inside? They have insane internal market, extremely big. I think the daily transaction volume in Steam higher than on Binance. Why they don't have crypto yet?
Weird. I don't know why.
Because they don't need. They have enough money for everything. They don't need it absolutely. So if we coming for Coca-Cola, why we don't have airdrops of their token under every can? So because they don't need, and that's the problem of the crypto market right now. So we need to find somebody big who need right now.
So you mean we need to find a project that is we can say, generated and exhausted all the funnels from the Web 2 space and is ready to explore the Web 3 space, you mean, right?
Yeah, and we are pretty close to that. And that's what I'm waiting for, because some of the big brands one day will allow it. And I'm just, because what's the problem between these two worlds? Web 2 world looking at crypto only as payment method and nothing else. So if any blockchain technology can be used in some Web 2 companies, it's usually used as seamless solution, helping internally to companies to solve some problems with data, with something else, but not for the retail people. So this Web 3 mindset, when you owner of something and that you can like own, when it's owning psychology, I don't know how to say it better in English, the world is not ready for this yet. And that's why Web 2 looking at crypto only as a payment method. But all these extremely big Web 2 companies, they have dollar, they have euro, they have other national currencies. They're feeling good with that. They don't need this problem with crypto. But the real utilities inside of their companies and the utilities which are focused to increase the engagement can be done without crypto. And I think we are very close to the moment when some ultra big brand will launch some support of NFTs or tokens, which really can be in a blockchain and which can be traded and which can be owned and used for something like this. And I really expect it for something very high end. Maybe some airlines will start to use that finally. Maybe some banks, maybe some bonus campaigns will start to do this finally. Yeah, maybe it will create a new economy inside, but it's worth it. I think that's what we need to wait as a next massive way of crypto adoption.
I don't know why, but I think probably one of the companies that will do that first might be even like some companies of Elon Musk. I don't know why, like my guessing.
Yeah, but they're already using that. Like, you know that you can buy Tesla using Bitcoin, right?
Honestly, never heard of
But-
that. Probably because I'm not into Tesla.
It is like you can, but okay. But how we use crypto? For payment method. Like,
Payment
that's all. Like, it's, yeah. So is no any crypto or blockchain technologies used inside, and that's a problem. That's a problem because if, for example, your Tesla can be used, like, and all your service history, all your driving experience, fines, and blah 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 can be used in one NFT that you can absolutely like sell to another owner with a car, and all the history will be absolutely written in a blockchain. Yeah, that's something new that we can use as a blockchain and as NFT. And when all car markets will become NFT based, like you don't need to meet the founder, the owner of the car, you don't need to check the car, like you don't need to do any kind of legal checkings before you buying something. Everything in a blockchain with NFT technology. Perfect. Absolutely. But never happen in next 5 or 6 or 10 years because the world is not ready for that yet.
Yeah. We're still early in like still too early in Web3 right now. I still believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's true. I think we've a bit we've got our conversation once more from the agenda, but I loved it. I love that. I believe we need to ramp up already. Like it was a pretty insightful conversation for me as the marketer and the retail investor. I really learned a lot, and thanks, David, for being here today. And thank you for all the alpha and insights you've shared. I really loved it. Like listened with the open mouth.
Perfect. Thank you so much for having me there today. Yeah, it was a nice conversation as well. I liked it.
Thanks, David. Thank you, the community. Thank you guys for joining and being with us today. You still have time to drop the questions into the comments and we will check it out and choose the best questions. Probably organize another AMA to answer all of that, because I believe that it's still early, like 11:30 a.m. might be not the perfect time on Thursday. We're still testing the time zone. So yeah, thanks everyone for being here today. Thank you for your insights, David, and I believe we will see each other soon.
Yeah, absolutely. Likewise. Thanks everyone for participating. Hope it was not very boring. So yeah,
It was cool.
Let's keep it.
It was really